Yeah, fuck all that like professional shit though.
Like all that, like welcome.
Yeah. This is
Hello
NA Radio.
there.
We have, Lewis.
Back again with another bang.
Back at it again.
Checks over stripes.
Whoa, hey, whoa.
Don DeMarco.
Y'all saw like niggas is mad because Nike website shut down. Niggas trying to get them new Nikes. I think they're trying to get the Travis.
That's not of interest.
But I thought it was interesting because it made me remind me of that line, the checks over stripe shit. And
That's what we like.
Nikes are really just feet jackets.
Wait, we're not like starting like this, right?
We record.
Oh shit!
God,
This is
feet jackets.
checks over stripes.
no apology.
I was making
Feet
a great
jackets.
point.
No, make your point, bro.
Yeah, I was about to
Niggas
say,
know
keep going
apology.
with that.
Niggas know what time it is.
They know
feet
what it
jackets,
is.
bro.
First
Checks
time I heard
over
that.
stripes. You wear your Nikes over Adidas. That's really the vibe. That's why Drake said. See, it's all connected. That's why Drake said, "Better not wear no 350s around me." That's like because he was saying like, "Shorty, like ma, you can't come in here wearing socks."
You look like a girl.
You could look. You suck my dick, bro. How about
You
that?
about to go food shop
Suck my dick, bro.
for the crib.
You like my scarf, man? My scarf is, very silky, very smooth, keeps the edges laid.
Welcome to another episode of No Apology. I am one of your hosts, Lewis. That's the other host, Shaq. Whoa.
Oh, shit. I
You
didn't
are
mean to play it.
jumping
Damn.
the gun.
My bad. I was trying to move the crib.
Bow.
Shooter over here is Shaquille Robinson. And over there, we got Tyler.
Don't say my whole name.
Tyler looking like, I've said it before, it's your fucking at. If people find you, they're gonna see your
Don't do
name.
that. It's not
It's
me.
your decision.
It's not me, bro. It's chill.
We got Lenny Kravitz also in the studio with us
Lady
today.
Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz.
No, Lady Kravitz.
Oh, Lady Kravitz.
They call me Erica Badonk.
Damn.
Bag lady.
Lady Kravitz.
Laura Watts.
Rich on the
dude.
camera. Don't forget about Rich.
Rich is also here
out, Rich.
slanging them cameras, doing the
Slaying.
goddamn thing.
Slaying.
I also
Over
have
there.
that same jacket. I just realized that.
You want to put it on?
When he's not behind the scenes, he's selling drugs.
Yo, y'all ever like had an outfit on? Y'all went out and somebody had the same shit on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nah,
bro.
bro.
You ever go home?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I'm going straight home, bro.
If I'm going
I have
out,
to change.
I gotta go
I have
home.
to change, bro.
I gotta go home.
I have to
Walk
change.
into the shit. Hey,
Yeah. Now it's time to
The
bounce.
night is over.
It's time to
You
bounce.
gotta wake up
immediately.
and do it all over again.
yeah.
Or tell him to change his shirt. Like, bro, you got a t-shirt somewhere? You got an undershirt?
Telling the nigga to change their
Yeah,
fit. 'cause,
change
yo,
your clothes, bro. Yeah.
That's like that one. Oh, you don't watch Atlanta. That's like that one episode of Atlanta where he finally got the FUBU shirt that he wanted. He goes to school and the other kid had another version of it, and they was trying to figure out which one was fake.
Like, yo,
Who has
you gotta take that shit off, bro.
That,
Yeah.
that episode was funny as hell. All right.
There's only one way to solve that.
So what we talking about, Shaq? Please take over. I'm doing
All
a
right.
terrible job.
So, it's been pretty controversial. This
Has
Aisha
it
Curry
been for real?
situation.
Sorry, go ahead.
Not in like the world, but like our world, like the Twitter
People- for
world,
people that
Black
ain't doing
Twitter, the internet. You know,
For
they
people that
let the
ain't doing
jokes
shit,
fly. Yeah,
niggas-
people that be worried about other
and
people's
it
lives.
is and it is playoffs right now. So
Yeah, the people that are basically like they pressed about other people's lives.
First world problems.
Yeah. Aisha Curry, yeah, wife of NBA player, and I'm not gonna assume everybody knows who she is. Wife of NBA player Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors. She recently went on the red table to talk with Jada Pinkett Smith and her family about
the Black
Just about-
Kardashians.
just about everything, their insecurities, their fears, and stuff like that. And something that was really striking in the pod or the video, whatever they call it, their thing. She was basically saying that she was lacking male attention. She felt like it was kind of like disheartening that she was not getting that type of attention. To me, I seen all type of mixed emotions. I saw people agreeing with what she said. Tons of people disagreeing, men, women. Yeah, it was crazy. But originally I wanted some females here to talk to them about it.
But y'all scared.
Yeah, I wanted some females because I didn't want it to, just to be like, but we're pretty level-headed guys. We're not, biased. We're not,
You don't think you're a little bit
I mean, you didn't.
misogynistic?
Nah, I mean,
At times,
nobody.
not on purpose.
At times.
Of course, at
Yeah,
times, but
at
with
times.
this, nah, nobody really heard what I had to say. Of course,
Yeah.
I let the jokes fly. Everybody gonna let the jokes fly, but
Okay.
I'm interested on
Did
you
you have a
guys-
clip, or did you want to just rock?
I'll play
go
a little
into it?
small clip.
Bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me like the past 10 years like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking. You're not looking.
Your radar's off. It's okay, sweetie.
Well, Tyler, did you have any thoughts on this? I do have something to say. I just want to wait. So I want to open.
I mean,
Pause long, pause.
I get it.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm not gonna play around. I do get it. If I'm pulling out my best fit and ain't nobody looking, I'm all right.
But this is different. This is somebody that. I mean,
Well, I'll let you go for. Don't
it's deeper than just being married.
Let us
think
bounce
that-
off
What
I'm
the
saying.
thing is, like,
let Steve start because he don't have to make it long. We gonna
all right, yeah,
bounce off
true.
what
All
he
right,
said.
yeah, I got
We
you.
gonna bounce off of you.
I mean, when she said what she said, I felt it. I felt her. I felt what she had to say about that. I thought that what she said was honest, and I thought that I felt that way before. I was in my most recent relationship. I had that exact conversation with my spouse at the time, where I was like, man, I kind of like.
I don't think men admit that.
No,
I think a lot of men feel like that.
a lot of men feel like that. I think a lot of men feel like that. I think a lot of people in general. I think people in general just you want to be wanted. Like you want to be liked. It doesn't matter that you with somebody. Like that's not always enough. It's not. Like if that was, it's not always enough. I mean, people can lie and say that sounds cute, sounds nice to say and shit, but in reality, and it's not a sense of like, it's not like you don't feel like you want to be wanted so that someone else so that you can do something with someone else, you can fuck someone else, you can be with someone else. It's not about that. It's just about knowing like we had a conversation one time about just how good it feels to curve a motherfucker, how good it feels to curve a girl. Like, oh nah, I'm cool. Like there's something
don't have that.
yeah, there's something to that. Like, and being someone that's that high profile, people know who you are. So I can even understand it's amplified where it's like, y'all know I'm out here. I'm Aisha Curry. Like that, you are somebody. Me personally, I don't know a lot of basketball players' wives. She's definitely up there on the list of ones that I can see. You hear the name, I see the face. I can't even see Kobe's wife right now. Like
Brown wife.
They
Brown,
built their image around that though. Aisha
they're
pretty
a
much
thing.
projected her career these past few years off of
She's been public.
Yeah, man.
Like I
it's
said,
a real
I
big
think-
thing. She doing cooking shows with Steph Curry.
What you said about you felt like that. I think a lot of men felt like how she felt.
Yeah.
To the degree of just social media in general, like just social media from the aspect of, your girl might get a certain amount of attention, and you might be jealous because when a girl, when girls know that you got a girl, you might feel like, all right, nobody want me now.
Yeah.
So I feel it. I'm not against any, form of expression. We all have our own ways of expressing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But
there we go.
Dun dun dun. The infamous
This
butt.
nigga stretched for the fuck.
The infamous butt. Let's hear it, bro.
My biggest issue with it, and obviously it's not an attack on her or women. I just know if Steph Curry was to come out and say things like that, or a man in general was to say flat out, like, I want attention from other women while being in a relationship, not only would he get, slandered by his girl, but, everybody get him the fuck out of here. I feel like.
How do you know that she was slandering him? Because I didn't think that she was going to defend her.
That he was going to defend her?
I didn't think he was going to, but he did.
I mean, I kind of felt that was going to come. Whether it was genuine
I didn't think he
or
was going
not.
to say anything.
Whether it was genuine or not, I don't know.
No, I think because of the image that they built publicly, he had to say something. He had to.
Well, he doesn't have to. He's a basketball player.
but her image is based off his image.
I can see that.
Yeah, so if he didn't say nothing, it'd be like, oh.
But she doesn't need him to defend her.
Yeah, but
She's a pretty outspoken person. She's a pretty, you know what I'm saying? She takes care of herself. So the fact that she even felt the need to go on the show and say this says everything. It's like, nah, like I'm going out on that ledge. Like,
true.
This is what I want.
If y'all trying to drag my girl on all through social media, I'm stepping in.
Nah, that's what I'm saying.
I gotta say
respect
something.
for that.
Yeah, like y'all gotta chill.
But I don't respect any men trying to drag her for expressing
I don't
themselves
respect
either.
Anybody
Because
trying to
well, women too, but I just don't respect
anybody trying to. Whenever someone is expressing how they feel about something having to do with themselves, being honest, being transparent, being vulnerable, and people find that as an opportunity to pick at it and take it apart and make fun of it and try to just kind of. I mean, it's funny. It's crazy how. How like lopsided and how like fickle the people can be because it's like at one point we're all defend mental health and take care of people's feelings and this and that, and on the flip side somebody comes out and says something that you aren't comfortable with expressing yourself, so then you attack it.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why people get attacked is when it's not about what they said, it's about how you feel about it, and it has to do with internal shit. So it's like when I saw all of that shit, it was kind of just like it made me. Honestly, it made me say in my head like, just bro, people need to. I mean, it made me just say in my head, leave women alone. Period. I think a lot of times people get in today's day and age where people are putting themselves out there. People are sharing their lives. People are sharing their ideas, what they think, and when a woman does it, they get criticized. People tell women what to do with their bodies, what to say, what to think, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, we're guilty of it here on the show also. How many times have we brought up what girls do on Instagram, this, and that? Just leave them alone. Like, it's not for us to say. It's not for anybody to say what anybody else should be doing with their life, what they think, what they want, how they want to move, especially a married woman. If she felt comfortable enough to get on a TV show and she knew that she was going to be out there and she decided to say that, she knows what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't make a mistake. I'm pretty sure that conversation was had in the bedroom way before it ever touched the red table. Like I said, I had that same conversation with my ex as a man, and I have no problem. I have no problem with that. I mean, I think that's a thing, niggas. I mean, niggas can't act like they don't do shit for bitches. First of all, I mean, shit. We ain't up here looking like the way we looking for dudes. Let's keep it 100. I mean, we on the camera. Like, let's keep it 100. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things that we do, even if you're in a relationship, it doesn't matter. You want to be presentable naturally for the opposite sex or to whatever sex you're trying to attract.
I think.
But I do agree with what you said to put that there. I do agree that yes, if the tables were turned, it's always going to be. We can't ignore the fact that there's always going to be double standards.
Yeah.
Or not always, but there are double standards, period. So I agree that, yeah, if it was Steph Curry on saying that shit, it'd be like, oh, this nigga out here trying to get crazy. Like, because I didn't get that from when Aisha said. I didn't hear get that. I didn't hear her say that and go, oh, she trying to be out here, be a hoe. But if Curry said it, it would have been like.
It seemed like, it really seemed like it was more of a jealousy thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she mentioned him.
She mentioned him from the beginning. She said because of the attention that he gets.
Mm-hmm. Which is understandable.
But he didn't choose his career. His career chose him. His father played basketball, so he just ended up being a good basketball player, made it to the NBA. I
don't think she was blaming him, though.
It's not about blaming. It's just he did not choose that. He didn't choose the way he looked. You feel me? Girls are attracted to him. That's fine. You feel me? I mean, his record is flawless. He's never been caught up in no scandals.
He's a good dude.
Good dude. And I think that was a lot of stuff that I was reading from guys. It was like, damn, like, what else can we do? Like, what else can we possibly do? Like, I can be Steph Curry and my girl's still gonna want attention from other niggas. Like,
yeah, but I don't think it's so much about. I think that comes from insecurity. Like, it's not like, so what?
So what?
So what? Do you have a problem? Would you have a problem if your girl expressed that to you? A problem, like a real.
My girl, she told me yesterday. Actually, she told me yesterday. Like, what did she say? Oh, she was telling me like a dude when she was at work, like a dude, walked up on her and was like can I take you out to eat type shit. And she did what she, should do. You feel me? Nah, like I'm good. I got a man. I'm good. And I feel women even on that, because even, and I want to get back to the point, but girls act like dudes are so like careless that you actually have to like go into depth and tell them like, no, like I have a man, I do this, like, so he really understand. And then some niggas really might not understand.
Still go hard.
Women do go through a lot outside of
Facts.
just expressing themselves. Like girls ain't just walking up on us.
Right.
Like she a regular girl. Girls ain't walking up on us like, yo, can I take you out to eat? Can I do this? Like
that happens. That happens, bro.
To you,
I've met some aggressive females before, bro.
I mean, but
the point isn't who's doing it. It's the nature of the action.
Yeah.
That's not common for girls to walk up on like regular guys.
Right.
So, and like I said, to answer your question, yeah, my girl has come to me just yesterday about it. I didn't.
But really, what I'm getting to is, does that make her happy that she knows like
we talked about it. I asked her like, does she feel good?
Can't have it, but they want it.
Does she feel good? And she said like, damn, I wish I could remember exactly what she was saying, but
damn, Shaq don't listen to us, girl.
Nah, I do. But we was talking and we was going in about it.
Hey yo.
But yeah, she doesn't care for it. You feel me? It's gonna be there obviously because she's a woman. She's used to it.
That's a different.
She's used to it. So it's like it's not.
That's what's also kind of crazy about the Aisha Curry.
She don't want.
You would think, right?
Yeah. But Aisha Curry is different. That's why I'm saying I get why she would say that, because she is respected. You feel me?
And that was another thing I saw a lot of guys, and I think even a lot of Steph Curry's peers were saying like, bro, we have a lot of respect for you. Like, why would we even put that out there that we want you? When I saw all of this, I thought about Beyonce. Because I can care less about Steph Curry and Aisha Curry, honestly. But I thought about Beyonce because, growing up as a kid, I had a big crush on Beyonce. Who didn't?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But once that Jay, like, I had so much respect for Jay. Jay's like my idol. Once they became like a serious thing, started having kids and all that shit, bro, I can't even look at Beyonce that way. I can't. Like, it's like, that's like my aunt.
Yeah.
Like, it just
real shit.
I don't even view her in like a sexual way at all.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
Like, completely. You know what I mean?
I didn't think about that. Yeah, same here.
Now her sister, no. But
like, yeah, listen, Solange. Yeah.
Listen, you're not single.
I'm not, but Solange.
But she isn't either. But that's what I thought of when I saw that shit. I was like, man, like, that's kind of, I don't, there's a bunch of really attractive women that I don't view in that way because of the relationship they're in, because of the respect that I have for the person that they're with, that to the point where I can't even bring myself to even think of you in that way. And I saw a lot of his peers and a lot of people in general, a lot of guys in general saying like, bro, you're with Steph Curry. Like, we love this nigga. Like, we fuck with him. Like, we respect him. Like, why would we want his wife? Like, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, I saw somebody say like, y'all want us to be, super respectful. Mm-hmm. You want us to not be dogs, and you want us to do this, do that, do that. But then, like now you want us to show you what you want us to show you attention when you're married.
With her wanting that, how do y'all expect, like, not even expect? Mm-hmm. I mean, how would y'all want a man to, be around, your girl, like, whether you around or not? Like, how would, like, what type of
just out of respect?
Yeah, be respectful.
Just move respectful. I don't care if you want my girl.
Yeah, just
move out of respect. Like, you know what time it is. That's all. I don't, like, you can want my girl. You can't hit on my girl. Mm-hmm. Move out of respect though, because my issue isn't whoever's trying to do whatever. It's just your girl. Yeah. And if anything were to happen, it's her.
Yeah.
That at the end of the day, it's like, yo, it was you.
Yeah, don't hit on my girl.
Niggas gonna be niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
of course. But even that shit changed. Niggas shouldn't be niggas. Maybe we should be more respectful.
100%. And that's kind of where I see the value in this show and what we're talking about, because I think that it's important to put out there like, yo, that's just not cool.
Yeah.
To even be.
What do you get out of talking to?
Because I used to be one of those guys. Yeah. I'm not sitting up here. I'm not sitting up here with the, wearing a white dress.
So y'all believe in karma then? Y'all think if you talk to somebody girl, they going It's gonna come back in full force.
This nigga.
I'm
the
asking, bro.
Segue God.
I can't
Segue,
hide
bro.
it.
The
I can't even
Segue
hide it.
God
Bro, I'm
has
asking.
awoken.
Oh my god! I wish I could show the people the list of topics that we have, so we could
Segue
see
God.
how this nigga just was like, "Oh, let me pick up another topic." Like,
This is
I'm
my
just
favorite.
saying. I don't
wanna
podcast
segue there yet because I
being
think
there.
we're-
we still here.
I
But
just
we
I
gonna
got
get back
you.
to
I
that.
got
I
you.
promise
but no,
we gonna
but
get
I
back
mean,
to
it's,
that.
it is important. I mean, I think that people should think about karma, even if, but you know, not everyone believes in it. But I do think that it's just important as just a society in order for things to move better. You know, if I think it's funny, a lot of guys that do a lot of that shit, I feel like never had girlfriends. Because if you had someone that you cared about and you saw the shit that they went through every day with other men, catcalling, a bunch of shit in public. If you were at home and your girl came home to you was like, yo, shit was crazy. Like niggas was shit was going on. Motherfucker was trying to do this, do that, do that. If you heard a lot of these stories that women tell about just their day to day and how they have to have their interactions with men that they don't even know, strangers, you would act differently towards the next woman you run into. You would treat people differently if you knew the stress that someone you cared about had to go through. If you saw your mom going through a lot of the bullshit you put bitches through, I bet you would chill out and relax.
Yeah.
So it's like, I see all of that, and I kind of just look at it as, you know, everybody has to move a little bit. Everybody just has to move out of respect. You move out of respect, you move out of honor, you won't have nothing to worry about. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and be a negative Nancy. I think I see a lot more people switching their code and changing it up and you know, heightening their moral code and just moving out of more respect. I mean, I'm not talking about on the internet, but just in general, people that I've known all of my life that moved a certain way, I see them moving differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just in general, like
I moved fast, but the thing with guys,
yeah.
a lot of guys go through things, you feel me, that contributes to how they handle things of that nature as respect. You know, if you're a disrespectful individual, it might be because, you know, you feel like you've been disrespected throughout your life. So why would you feel like you have to respect anybody's situation? Mm-hmm. For me personally, like you know, we obviously we said that we've all, you know, did our little 1-2. But I've never had anything to gain as far as like trying to be all out in the open, messing with anybody's girl or anything. Like I've always been a low key nigga. Everybody know that. Like you never gonna know what I'm doing, who I'm messing with, who I'm talking to, unless I want you to know. Like that's just always how I've been. And just as far as respect, I think we talked about it on the podcast before. But like if I know you, like if I'm cool with you, like we ain't gotta be best buds, but like if I shook your hand before, I would never even try to like talk to your girl. Like
Best
that's
buds.
just you ain't gotta be best buds, but like I wouldn't even do that just off the strength. Like you never know, like when you might need people. Somebody might, you know, need you for something, and it just get awkward. It's fuzzy. You don't want to bring that, you know, that tension into no relationship or friendship. But yeah, I think we definitely gotta do better. Niggas gonna be niggas should definitely be a moral code that should be changed, because what does that even mean at this point? We gotta grow. We gotta
niggas
grow.
are gonna be niggas.
Yeah, we gotta grow. It gotta make a difference, because you know people out here dying for shit like that.
Karma.
Yeah, people die for shit like that. Messing with niggas' girls and wives. Niggas die.
They should.
Karma.
Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe you need to lose somebody to some shit like that in order for you to switch up. Because it's not because it's every day. It's every day. There's not a day that I know an attractive woman walk outside of her house. I'll be on FaceTime with Shorty, be on the phone with Shorty, and the niggas honking the horn, pulling them next to them, driving
that's
past.
crazy, bro.
That shit
That's
is
crazy,
ridiculous,
bro.
especially when you trying to go home at night. You know how many girls have to FaceTime me when they're walking home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because just so that somebody,
I've been there.
just so you know what I mean. It's like that shouldn't be normal.
Have you felt jealous before? Like over you know, a girl getting more attention than you?
Nah, not getting more attention to me, but I did feel as though I needed to change how I look personally in order to get the attention that I wanted.
Because of another girl, just because for you.
Nah, just for me. Like the image that I had was like I was always in
You
sweats.
thought it was like negative, right? Like you thought.
Yeah,
you were
like
coming home.
I felt as though I was like, you know, nobody ever said it to me, but I just felt as though I just dressed like I was always either at the gym or I was like slightly homeless. I just kept wearing
Slightly homeless.
Slightly homeless. I was always
Semi-homeless.
I was always in sweats. I ain't never wear nothing like decent. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's time for a change.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I had to change that around. But I was never jealous of my girl getting more attention. I don't think I've ever been with anybody that got more attention than I did.
Damn.
Not saying that in like a.
Have you cheated before?
You asked me that. You asked me this.
No,
like
I'm just saying
6
because
episodes ago.
if you cheated before, what would be a reason for cheating? Were you jealous of?
Nah,
Was
I
it
think
a
for
lack of?
the reason that I think I did it. I don't think I was in a good headspace with the person I was with.
Right.
I think it was one of those situations where like it was either coming to an end or like, you know, I was expecting a certain thing and it wasn't being met. So, you know,
I really want to say more about this topic, but like it's kind of.
I mean, go ahead, bro.
Nah, I mean, I
It's
really
kind
want
of.
to.
I understand
yeah,
why Shaq
like,
wanted
I really want to
have a
like.
girl on the show, have a woman on the show, so she can express her, express her point of view. It'll be something
Yeah.
that'll be unique from ours. I mean, we're dudes,
Yeah, like
so
we-
we're only
Yeah.
going to be able to see things from a dude's perspective,
Yeah.
our lives, and the way that people interact with us. So I get it. For all the girls that watched the show and said that they wanted to be on the show, and then when Shaq asked y'all to get on the show, they get on the show. Fuck y'all.
Y'all quiet. Y'all real
Nah, I'm
quiet.
fucking with y'all. But nah, but I mean, yeah. I mean, shout out to Aisha Curry.
Y'all sleeping.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Currys, man.
Shout out to women.
Shout out to women.
Shout out to
man.
women.
Every day.
I like curry
It's
chicken
love.
with extra
Always.
rice, extra veggies.
So what's it? You said karma.
Yeah.
Tyler's bad on karma, man.
Ooh, karma. Do we believe in karma?
Yeah.
Do we believe in it?
What's a situation where you think, you know, karma
I believe
came back
in-
to get you?
I believe in good karma. I believe in bad karma.
I should talk about it.
A situation.
Yeah, what's the situation?
Can you?
where
Yeah, because a lot of people don't. I know people that don't believe in anything that's past what they can touch and feel.
Yeah, bro.
I to an extent am one of those people, but I do believe in karma.
I found out about karma the hard way.
I do believe in karma, but I also, I want to ask you, can you cite a situation where you felt like this is happening because I did this,
Well,
whether good or bad, good or bad?
I'll start with the bad. I mean,
And there's a difference between karma and consequences.
Yeah. For as far as karma, I just think the universe always, works in, that way to where the energy that you put out there is going to come back to you. So in the situation or situations, almost majority of the times that I've cheated on somebody, it always came back to me in some shape or form. It might not have been somebody cheating on me, but the next situation I might have been in, it might have been rough. And in the end of it, somebody might have got cheated on.
Mm-hmm.
So karma from that aspect, I never beat cheating on somebody I just walked away nothing, she never
It
knew.
was felt like you got paid.
Yeah, it never was no shit like that.
Something definitely always happened.
Yeah. So
Nah,
that could be a bad situation.
I definitely feel that. Something like that happened to me.
I always had this thing, and I've talked about it in my music, where I always felt like certain things that were going on in my life were happening for something that I do later. Because I don't believe in time is linear. I just believe that we perceive time as linear. Perceive time as one thing. And if I'm gonna believe in karma, which it would be this supernatural force of balance for actions or intentions, even. Because if it's karma, it can't be all about just what you do. It could be also about what you think. If I sit here and think, I hope that motherfucker dies, I hope that motherfucker dies, I hope that motherfucker dies, and he dies. That energy, you put that energy out there, So on the same time, there's been times where I'm thinking damn, what if if something's bad's happened in my life, as a kid or something growing up, I used to think to myself well, I ain't do nothing yet, but what if I do something later and I'm paying for it now? Or what if I did something in a past life and I'm paying for it now? Or people say oh, you were probably a whore in your past life. That's why you're having daughters. You ever hear people say shit like that? Where it's I think that's a form of karma. I mean, it's all based off of a belief system. There's something that you have to believe in order for it to really, you really start thinking about it. But I've definitely dealt with consequences that can seem like karma, but no, it's really just it's the ripple of the butterfly effect of, you set this emotion, and you made somebody feel this way, and they went and did this, and it all comes back to you in some weird way, and you don't realize it's connected. But
that's true.
That battle of the mind is crazy.
Yeah,
that battle of the mind. Yeah, I've been counterproductive for a long time, just like putting those thoughts in my head, like I don't want to do shit. You feel me? But bouncing back, having like cleanses, mental detoxes, and shit like that. It bring you back. So I think your thoughts really become things. Honestly,
it's law of attraction.
You manifest what you think.
Yeah, law of attraction
is
crazy. Like the fact that you like, I really believe. I mean, because you have to think. One of my favorite movies is Interstellar, and if you've seen the movie, you can kind of know where I'm about to get at. But if you haven't seen the movie, it's too late. But in the movie, there's the underlying theme of the movie is pretty much the question of what is love? What if you love why do you love someone that's dead? How can you love someone that's dead? They're not here anymore. Love transcends time. Love transcends everything. And the question was, what if love is something that you can measure, and something that is something tangible, something that you can mathematically tap into, that we just don't have the technology, aren't able to yet. And as events in the movie play out, you start to see the connection that the main character had with his daughter, and throughout time, and how in the beginning of the movie there was a ghost, and you find out later, no, that was you, and all these other things. The fact that the one scientist wanted to go to one of the planets, and they were like, nah, we're not going. She's like, but that's the planet that the person I love is on. Why do I feel the need to go there? I feel like it's important that we go to that planet besides all the other planets. And in the end of the movie, it ended up being the one they should have went to.
Yeah.
I believe in that. I believe in the power of love, being not just love in itself, but all of these emotions that we carry, I think have a power. I think have an energy that comes off of them, something that it moves us as human beings. There's studies that they just found out that animals carry a lot of the same emotions that we have, just they can't express them. A lot of animals can't smile, can't laugh, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it doesn't mean that they don't carry those emotions. Doesn't mean that their brains don't react the same way that ours do when something's funny, when something's sad, when something, So I think that those things are powerful, and they affect our society. They affect how we move, and they affect how we affect each other. Even if it's just thought, that's where I think that, like, I'm not a religious person, but I think that the power of prayer is important, because if you believe it, it works. If you believe it, like me, I don't believe in prayer. I don't believe in a religion. So it wouldn't work for me to pray. It'd be fake. It wouldn't be real energy.
But you're manifesting it via thoughts.
I can manifest it if I manifest it in my way.
What about a higher power? You believe in a higher power?
No.
So you just believe we just here? We just got here?
I believe I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? All right.
That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I believe I don't know. I think they call that agnostic. Not atheist, but agnostic. Okay. Where I'm not saying I'm not saying that there's an atheist doesn't believe in God.
Yeah. You don't know.
I believe in that I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you still believe in the power of manifesting things through thought.
Yeah.
Whether consciously or subconsciously.
Everything that's here is manifested through thought. Everything that we have, everything that we've experienced as a society is manifested through thought. I think that, if you love someone and you think about someone, you ever been thinking about someone and then you see them and you haven't seen them for that long?
Or you like
that happens to me ever since I started to really actively start manifesting what I want and the things that I desire. That started happening to me a lot. I would just think about someone and they call me and I'm like, whoa. Or I run into them at the mall, or like just random shit where it's like, yo, I was just thinking about you. I know that sounds like a lie, but I was, and here you are. It's like you can bring people into your life, man. You can bring things into your life. Things a little bit, not so much clear cut, because a thing can't think back.
Right.
A thing can't receive a lot of the energy, but a person can. So yeah,
karma.
That's where I think the power of karma lies.
I mean, yeah, you
take it away, segue lord.
You pretty much hit that. Listen, you just got like two topics in one.
Nah, what was your thing with karma? You ain't say your spill, did you?
Oh, what happened with me? All right, so listen.
You have a story?
I do have a story.
It's fucking story time. Let's fucking go.
It's not gonna be a long story because this story is bullshit. But my first real encounter.
Yo, this man got shades on. I just peeped that.
Yeah,
With
bro.
the shits.
Yeah, this shit's clean.
I hope the fingerprints don't show up. I didn't mean to call you out.
I'm
Like
about to say,
that.
hold on.
You about to fight?
I just realized that. I can still see his eyes. So I just.
Nah, but the first time I think I had my real encounter with karma was right after high school. You know, in high school, we used to do a lot of dumb shit. Mess with females who had boyfriends, and then after high school, somebody messed with my girl, and it was kind of like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this is what I was making people feel like. Like I was doing this to other people. I can't do that shit. Like,
Yeah.
that shit it hurt me to the core because I was actually invested in this person.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, yeah. I took a step back. Yeah, nah, yo, that shit it killed me, dog. Like
That's what's
shit
crazy.
killed
That's
me.
exactly what I was saying with like the shit earlier with you know, like girls having to deal with the shit that they deal with on the daily.
Hell
and then you know, that's why I was like, I feel like a lot of niggas that do a lot of foul shit when it comes to like, you know, trying to get girls and shit like that. Never
shit.
really had someone that they cared about go through some shit like that on the daily because you never. It's hard for you to experience that and then go back and just be that nigga that they had to deal with. Like, you know what I mean? It's
you
like,
do some shit like that, you cold hearted. Like you don't give a fuck about nothing.
Well,
a
what
lot of people don't give a fuck about nothing.
Like you're a savage. Because after that, I'd never ever try to talk to anybody with a boyfriend.
What
again.
are-
That shit
what
was
are-
fucked up.
Well, you said what are like some challenges that y'all have, you know, went through, like just growing up? Because you talked about how women go through like all the cat calls, all that. What's some challenges?
One thing that I had to get over was my anger. You know, we live in a society where we're already perceived
I'm
as
about to go
angry.
in.
So we already perceived as angry based off the color of our skin. So that's one thing I had to get over. You know, I was raised off of anger. So that was always my go-to emotion.
Have you ever felt like there's some truth to that?
Well,
Based off the color of your skin that you're angry?
um,
Because you were angry.
I was very angry.
And I know a lot of people with our skin color that are angry. More so than every other skin color. But at the same,
we have our reasons to be though, but I don't want to say
That's
it's
what
a
I was getting
stereotype.
to.
Yeah,
it is a stereotype. It is a stereotype.
I mean,
But with stereotypes comes some truth.
absolutely. Just the same way we got the watermelon stereotype, not realizing that stereotype was based off of that was the only seeds that we were given when we were freed as slaves.
Also, to go off the watermelon shit, just to give you a more positive outlook on watermelons besides slavery. In Africa,
just saying.
Well, not even just in Africa, but in general, the watermelon is one of the only fruits that can nourish you and give you, you know, and quench your thirst, but also make you feel like you ate something, trick your brain into thinking that you're eating. It's a double hitter. It's two birds, one stone. It's a
Nourishment.
very valuable fruit.
Nourishment
So,
for the body. Thank you,
If
Jesus.
you're a black person,
Thank you, Lord.
don't be afraid to eat that watermelon at the
I'm allergic.
party.
Or the cookout,
At the Christmas party.
the cookout vibe.
If you're at the cookout and you're scared to eat watermelon, you need to leave the cookout.
Yeah, you might get.
If you're afraid to eat watermelon around black people,
The
you need to
watermelon
leave.
at the cookout vibe is
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, especially because the drinks are
And,
going.
and when it's
What?
hot, when it's hot outside, you
What?
get that fresh, sweet watermelon.
and you ain't eat no
Talk
food
about
yet.
it.
Oh
Talk
my
about
god!
it. Talk about it. It's a thing, man.
You bite the watermelon and bite
That's
the
that's
ribs.
not by accident. A lot of the shit that we do,
God damn.
a lot of the shit that we do as black people is not something that we made here. It's
chemistry.
something that carries hereditarily through our blood, like having cookouts, hanging out on the porch, all of that shit. That's a part of who we are as just a people for thousands of years. That's what we've been doing.
Tribalism.
It's not by accident. So,
Yeah.
but to go back to what Shaq was saying, so you said you was about to go in. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. I
Okay.
mean, well,
yeah, go in. Yeah, you answer.
what was the question?
The challenge. What are some challenges that you've
I
had to?
feel like you was angry too.
Me?
Yeah, I feel like.
Listen, we
I
can
feel like
go
we
in.
all was,
I'm
really.
but I'm gonna get there. I'm definitely gonna
I
get
can
there.
definitely say that.
mean, if you've ever heard one of my songs, you already know what time it was.
Yeah, I was say yeah.
So I mean, but I overcame that recently though. I overcame all of that shit recently. I overcame a lot of the feelings that I had just throughout my life, things that I didn't understand, feelings that I had that I didn't understand, didn't know how to cope with. You know, I mean, we all gone through personal things when it comes to family and, you know, friendships and all types of shit throughout life and just the way society treats you and how you react to it all. I had to deal with a lot of things where just, you know, I was very much so feeling as if I was owed a certain level of respect, and I would try to push that onto people. And when I felt like that was being attacked or that was being broken, I would just snap. Like, I wouldn't give anybody any chances. I was just very much so not tolerant of anyone. And that recently changed for me because I just kind of learned to forgive people because I was able to forgive myself. I wasn't able to see myself. I wasn't able to love myself. I didn't identify with myself. So, like I said in the 2 episodes ago on the redemption episode, like, a lot of people don't even realize that they're in their bodies. And as I was saying that, what's the funniest shit is, as I was saying in that episode, as I was saying that, I didn't even realize I was in my body. I was literally just on podcast. Like, I wasn't even like existing. I didn't believe it when I said it. I meant it, but I didn't know what I really meant. It wasn't until a month ago, maybe, where I really came to the realization within myself that, I don't move out of love, and I need to start moving out of love. And when I started moving out of love, everything started changing. I started treating the people around me differently. I started reacting to things differently. I get mad less. And I started, it helped a lot with my depression issues because I would get depressed and not know why I was depressed. Not moving out of love, not giving off that energy and not receiving it, not forgiving myself before I ask for forgiveness from someone else. Just a lot of those things. But yeah, that's I think that's one of the biggest challenges that I've ever had to go through in my life, because it's been all my life that I thought I was one way and I wasn't. I thought I loved myself. I thought I knew myself, and I didn't. And now that I think I have a bit more clarity, and this isn't something that anyone gave to me. This isn't something that, I didn't do a detox. I didn't do anything. It was just wait a minute. Like, I believe that when Nipsey Hussle passed, I think a lot of that clicked for me because it made me appreciate the people around me more. It made me appreciate people around me more, that what they do and me and what I do, and kind of just made me stop wanting to waste time with, one of my, just to end it off, one of my favorite characters in TV movie history is Tony Soprano. And I don't know why, but I've always identified with him. But he was a piece of shit. He was an asshole to people. He was the don of a mob family. But, he had a lot of those issues, a lot of anger issues that I had growing up. And I would watch that character and go, yeah, that's how I feel. And I would kind of feed into that. But, that's not a role model character that you want to follow. And I kind of, after seeing that character, kind of, would tap into that, kind of would live into that. And I'm sure everybody has a character or a movie or, something from a book or whatever that you kind of related to and was like, you as growing up as a child, you take characteristics from that.
James St. Patrick, bro.
And that is worse than Tony Soprano. But
James St. Patrick.
But that's but that happens. People do that.
Ghost.
And it's not healthy. When I guess realizing that kind of helped me realize a lot of other things. But yeah, things are good. Things on the up and up now. Niggas is moving out of love.
Matters.
So
Positive vibes, man.
What about you, Shaq?
Challenges. Oh yeah, like you said though, I've grew up with a lot of anger built up, but it's kind of weird because one of the main challenges was talking. Like, I wasn't sure like how to express myself, and growing up it wasn't as easy for me to even express myself. So a lot of times, I grew up just like feeling like misunderstood. I still feel misunderstood a lot, but just growing up not really, talking to people, not having people to talk to. I had to break that. Like, I think maybe high school or middle school. Cause in middle school when I moved to Willingboro, I ain't know nobody, but everybody was like mad friendly. So I was able to like open up a little bit more. Still cool with people that I knew from, that time. But I think women helped me a lot with that, like being more open. And even with the podcast, like I'm not shy, but just talking and being comfortable talking.
Being empowered.
The podcast really helped that a lot, because it's like, I say whatever I want for real. Like, it's no apology, like literally. But yeah, just I think being around people that I love, people that love me, it helped break that fear of, you know, being judged. And that was another thing too. Like, I got a strong ass opinion, so like I would just be judged just, you know, for thinking differently than everybody else. So a lot of times I just wouldn't talk around people. I would just listen, and you would think like I don't care about what you're saying, or I think that I'm better than you. Like, in reality, it's just like, you know, I'm just over here chilling. You feel me? I don't want to be too much. I don't want to be too little. You feel me? I just want to be in my space. You know
I think that's crazy though, because you're not the only person I've heard say that. I've had the same issues with not being able to. Actually, I didn't develop the ability to express myself till like 2-3 years ago. Mm. Like that was a big thing for me growing up, not being able to articulate. That's why I was always into something physical.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't fighting, it was wrestling.
That's interesting.
That's because I couldn't express myself, so I always had to do like a sport that had me like being physical, because that was my way of expressing myself.
You didn't really have to have a mouth.
Like I didn't have to tell you how I felt. I just showed you.
Right.
That was always my thing.
Why do you think that that was kind of an intentional thing, kind of maybe subconsciously, or
it was definitely a I want to say it was subconscious and it was conscious, because it would be situations like, say if I got in trouble at home, I would go to school with the intentions on hurting somebody during wrestling practice just to express myself, because I couldn't tell. Like it's like what you said before. Y'all said it on one of the episodes, like, yo, that shit hurt. Like, you hurt me. Like I don't really fuck with like what you just said to me, because it was disrespectful. But it was like,
you would just take it off physically.
Rather than say that, I would just shut down.
And you played ball.
Yeah. I played basketball, football, baseball, all of that.
But do you think that's a common thing in our community? Do you think black men have support with situations like that, with like mental health and being able to express themselves?
Hell no. No,
I mean, that's pretty. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
I mean, we're getting there.
I think we're definitely getting there.
I think the conversations are being had at least, and that's a start.
Right.
That's important.
How often do people go to therapy? I mean, not that everybody has to, but like, it's people that really need it.
Yeah, and I think that's something in our community that's really shunned. I've heard people be like, "Oh, that's white people only go to therapy," and it's like, nah, bro. Like, you got a lot on your mind. You need to talk about it.
I think it's
like,
a big issue in our community whenever we put a race on an action.
Yeah. Not even an action.
We do a lot.
A race on mental health.
You know how much shit I got? You know how much shit I got on that one episode when I was saying like, why don't we go to like Middle America more? As niggas, as black people, why don't we go to Middle America more? People was like, niggas, ain't no niggas out there. Ain't no black people out there. I still
think that's a valid point. I mean,
why not? I mean,
I get tired.
It's our country too, right?
Yeah.
So we only supposed to be on the
smart ass question.
Well, because I just looked at, if you look at it geographically, and not to get off topic, but you just look at it geographically, like we're at the places that they dropped us off when we were slaves.
Yeah, we never left.
We're still here. Like we never went to the middle. There's not a lot of people. Not that there's no black people in Wyoming or anything, but there's very small few. Like, and there's a lot of land that you can purchase.
Absolutely.
And you know what I'm saying? You can start a community out there. You can do whatever you want. Like you can go out. You know, it's like you wonder why. When someone like Trump runs for office and you're like, how did he win? It's like, because all the rest of the country in the middle, ain't none of us there.
They all look like him. They all believe what he
believes. A surprise. Not a surprise. They don't even believe it. They don't even know what he believes.
That's true. A lot of people that did vote for him didn't know what the hell they voted
aren't him. You know, I'm not gonna put that on people, but I mean,
he betrayed us.
But yeah, right, exactly.
Yo, a lot of them said that, bro.
I actually have a big theory about all of that election shit. Actually, no. This is I know it's mad off topic, but I had somebody at my job came to me yesterday and told me this story about Trump, and it's not a story you'll read about. It's not a story you hear about. He had a friend that owned I think he said a 3rd generation music store, so like instruments and stuff like that. And it was around the time, I guess, when Trump was opening the Trump Taj Mahal or one of his hotels.
In AC?
I think it was AC. It might have been somewhere else. But, you know, Trump had a lot of properties. It was a casino, though. But so I'm assuming it was a Taj Mahal. And he was telling me a story about how people from the Taj Mahal or, you know, the hotel, the casino, came to the guy and said, we want to buy grand pianos for, you know, for the establishment. and I think we're gonna buy like 3 or 4 pianos, or whatever, like that. Very expensive grand pianos, like perfect condition. And they were like, but you're gonna hold the price for it, hold the money for it. So they didn't pay they didn't pay for it. They would pay him back as over time through pretty much being used. And the guy agreed to it. Small business, like, okay, cool. I mean, it's the Trump casino, like, you expect like, oh, I'm about to make some money. So they had, I think, the pianos. I'm going to do a terrible job telling the story, but the guy that told me the story will never watch this, so it doesn't matter. They bought the pianos. Well, they had the pianos checked twice. First time they checked them, perfect conditions, fine. Moves forward. Second time the pianos they go to get checked, perfect condition, fine. They took the pianos and everything. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna get paid. The guy had to like remortgage his house, do a lot of like, take out loans, et cetera, to kind of hold the amount that, for the pianos that he had, because he wasn't getting paid for them up front. He would figure, I'm going to make profit off this is a residual I'll make profit off of later, being in a casino. And Trump decided that he didn't want to have the pianos at all. So the guy never got paid and fucking lost his business.
Yeah.
I think his kid died. He was like, it was a bunch of shit that happened. It was like some evil shit, like literally just, I mean, this is like tens of thousands of dollars. You're talking per piano, like $20,000 a piano. And it was just a loss. It cost him his life, essentially. And the craziest part about it is that recently when the Trump Taj Mahal closed, the pianos were there. They were there and they were being sold and shit. Like they used them. They had them. You know what I mean? They kept them. Yeah, they kept them. They kept the pianos, perfect condition pianos, and they're still in perfect condition. Well, they were still in perfect condition when being used. And what they found out is that Trump did this, not only that guy's business, but like 25 other businesses did the same thing, the same exact thing.
Trump was like,
bankrupt, cost people their thing.
And finesse.
Just fuck these people. And the crazy thing is that it wasn't illegal because the businesses agreed to it, and he did that. He particularly targeted small businesses because of, you know what I'm saying, they don't have the lawyer backup. Excuse me.
They don't have that capital to go to
exactly. It wasn't, they agreed to it. They just kind of signed it. They saw the quick check, like, with the shits, and we're taking advantage of. So yeah, if you wanted an anecdote on, how to hate Trump a little bit more, there's your
absolutely FDT.
But yeah, I mean, some people in this life are gonna move a certain way. Like I just said previously, moving out of love is an advantage. Moving out of love will help you maneuver forward and kind of cleanse out all of that bullshit that you feel about people, and things that they do. It's just important to understand that everybody has a story. We sat here, we're friends. We've known each other all of our lives, and there's still, I didn't realize a lot of things that there's still shit that I learn on the show that I'm like, damn, I've known you for forever, and I didn't know that. You everybody has a story. Everybody has a reason for what they do. I think every time that I think now in my life, whenever I see someone or know someone and they do something I don't like, I take a moment to think to myself, like, what brought them there? To think that way. What brought them, I don't just go like, man, that motherfucker on some bullshit, or like, fuck that nigga, or, oh, this nigga is trash, or whatever. I just kind of think to myself first, like, man, like, they have a reason for why they did that. It may not be justified, but there's a reason. If
they close to me, I feel like I always look at those things, like those type of flaws. I look at it like, how can that make me a better person? So with me then growing, it allows the people around me to grow with me.
Absolutely, 100%.
So,
and it's important to make sure that you have these. I think it's important to everybody watching. If you have a group of friends around you, I think it's important to, even if you don't have a podcast, but to sit down with your friends and talk and have conversations.
Gotta tap in.
Have an understanding of the people around you, and radiate your knowledge and your growth. And a lot of times you don't even realize you may, like, when we talked about we had conversations about certain things that your response to them was, man, I don't think I would ever have done that, and that's something that you know, you probably went home and thought about it like, damn, like, you know, you can influence people to maneuver differently. Maybe not maneuver how you did, but to just think, damn, I wouldn't have done that. Why? You know, is it worth it? You just thinking of better possibilities on how to maneuver through this life. You're not going to figure it out all on your own. Yeah. And it's important to just have conversations with the people close to you, radiate your knowledge and receive the knowledge that's given to you. You don't know everything and they don't either, but you know, everybody has a group of friends. I think it's important to not just have friends just to hang out, not just have friends to bullshit with, but to have friends to, you know, share knowledge and grow with, and you know, just be productive and do some shit that's bigger than you with these people. I mean, that's your family at the end of the day. So yeah,
that's really what it's all about, man. And it's crazy. It's crazy that you said that because I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm pretty. You gonna watch this? But I had an argument with one of my friends recently because he said, you know, he tried to diss NSG, and I'm like, bro, like, this ain't about just me. It's about everybody. It's about like all of us. I created this for, you know, all young black artists, and you kind of taking it as if it's just about me. Like you gotta think bigger than that.
What is NSG for people that don't know?
It's a Noir Soul Gallery. It's a company or a platform for young black creators. Young black visual artists mainly right now until we build our foundation. But yeah, man, I want to get to a point where we got a platform where you could, you know, hire us, come to it.
The dude was hating.
Not hating, but like he was coming crazy. Like, oh yeah, you need to leave room on the table for other people to eat. And it's like, bro, this is to help everybody eat. Like this is for all of us. Like it's not specifically for me. Like the whole Willenboro could be NSG. Like I ain't tripping off that. Like it ain't about me.
But you know, we had this conversation in private off camera where I told you that I think a lot of times you hear what people tell you. You think you hear the people, the criticisms that people give you and the things that people tell you from their perspectives, and you take it personally.
Yeah.
I think that it's important that you realize that you're doing something that a lot of people don't understand and not going to understand. And you can't expect them to get it. You kind of have to forgive them and be like, you know what? Like, and not even on some shit like, watch what happens next. Like, not even on that. Just kind of be like, I feel you. Like, I can see why you think that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just I can see why you think that because you know what you're doing at the end of the day. And you know you're not coming from a place of ill will. You know you coming from. What
did he say again specifically? So I remember before I say whatever.
I mean, he was just pretty much saying, you know, leave room for other people to grow.
All right. I mean, that's I just had posted something about that too. Like, I mean, it's take everything in. I mean, I don't think you should feel any type of way. Like Steve said, like I wouldn't take it personally. It's people that you don't even know that's watching you. So I think the fact that somebody like that even like was open enough to share like their personal feelings towards you. I mean, towards the what you're doing. You know, just take what you could get from it.
See, my thing was like Steve said, and when he first said it, I got immediately offended because I'm like, yo, like, the fuck you talking about? Like,
yeah,
this ain't about just me. But then, like, after a few hours, I sat there and I'm like, you know what? I'm tripping.
Yeah. I have people all the time criticize the show.
Yeah,
criticize the show, criticize you guys, criticize all types of shit. You know,
what did they say?
Oh, people tell me get different co-hosts. People tell me, I mean, I'm sure we've all heard the same shit from different people. I mean, you know, I've been in rap groups before and shit, so I know it's the same kind of conversations of like, that nigga you with, you better than him. And then the nigga that I'm with be like, yeah, somebody said that I'm better than you. And I'm like, yeah, somebody said the same thing to me, you know. But when we come here, it's not about that. We come here, these are my niggas. I'm having a conversation with my niggas. But at the same time, I understand because people aren't in a position. A lot of people aren't in a position to do what we do or to be able to think that we think. When we first started this shit, we made many agreements. Nobody's a mic.
Yeah.
You know, this is an open platform for if somebody wants to have a conversation about something. We have a mic. You can sit down. We have a conversation about something. You know, there's a bunch of things that were just like, no, this is open forum. This isn't about boosting my ego, boosting your ego, somebody being the leader, somebody being the sub, somebody, you know, this is about having conversations. But I knew that. And when people say those things, I don't take it offensively because I understand, like, you know, like I get it. Like, I jokingly had the conversation with you at the bar one time, and I was like, man, you know, every time we post the episode, niggas only tag Shaq. And I'm like, damn, niggas only tag Shaq. And motherfuckers would be like, but those are people that know Shaq. And I'm like, yeah, but the people that know me tag everybody. You know, right. Just, you know, and that's what it was, just a joke. I don't really take that kind of shit seriously. I'm just glad that if somebody's watching the show. So, you know.
See, and it'd be a lot of, my thing is, I don't take a lot of criticism personal, but it'd be a lot of motherfuckers that be talking just to hear themselves talk. You know how many people be like, oh yeah, yo, let me get on the show, let me talk. Like, all right, pull up. Nah, see how that, like bro, you either gonna pull up or you not. Like,
but it's simple. You just have to understand what, you know, of course they are.
For anybody that has criticism about the podcast, because that, I mean, only thing that I can really say is, to be honest, like, we all brothers here, so whatever anybody gotta say, like,
pull up, man.
Nah, not even that. It's just we ain't in competition with each other, like, at all. We've had conversations like this before we even started this podcast.
That's why we started the podcast.
So for anybody to think like, oh, this is I mean, we're still gonna be on the podcast together, so it's gonna be brought to the podcast. Yeah. So if somebody thinks Steve is better than Tyler or Steve is better than me talking, okay, well, you're still gonna be on the podcast. You're still gonna be watching us.
Still watching the shit.
So it doesn't. I just feel like, you know, everybody should, you know, have their opinion, but let's still stick together at the same time.
If you're gonna have an opinion, stop dropping your comments in the DMs or dropping in the comments.
Let's stick.
Drop it in the comments,
or come on the show and talk about it.
Yeah, man, stop being sweet.
We can definitely have a conversation.
But no, at the same time, I do understand where like I said, I understand where all that shit comes from, and it's not a big deal. My point is, it's important for me that I set the foundation, that we set the foundation together, together.
Yeah.
At first, before any of that, you know, like when we first started this shit, and I was like, yo, don't think this shit about to be hot.
Yeah.
Don't think we about to get mad views and everybody's gonna be, because you're gonna just disappoint yourself. This is something that we have to grow over time through consistency. It's gonna seem like we're gonna do a lot of episodes that aren't gonna mean shit. It's gonna be through consistency that people are gonna start to really pick up on this shit. And you know, I think where we're literally sitting today, as compared to where we started.
Yeah,
crazy. We got Rich here. Yeah. We got Tyler on the mic. Like, these are all things that we planned.
Yeah,
so from the beginning, we were like, man, this is the, you know, and it's only going to grow. It's only going to get better and become more official and become more important. And I think people are starting to watch these last 3-4 episodes and see them and be like, man, you know, I'm really getting something out of this now. You know, before when we first started the show, and I know we're running out of battery life. Before when we first started the show, we were goofing off. We were, you know, we were having fun at the point, and I don't regret that at all. But you know, I don't think that people were leaving episodes and feeling like they got something to think about. Really, every time. You know, I think every episode since we switched to this room, we've been hitting it on the nail. So
I just got one more thing in closing. I just urge everybody, you know, if you watch the podcast, you like watching, I urge you to keep watching. Keep supporting anybody locally. You know, if you want to pull up and watch us do our thing, come watch. If you want to join the team, I say it all the time. If you want to come on, if you want to join, I always say it. Don't be afraid. You feel me? We if you have something to contribute and you have a talent, use it. This platform might change your perspective on something that you thinking about doing in the past, and you might branch off and do your own thing. Mm-hmm. You never know what it might start. We never even thought that we would be here. To be honest, we've all had doubts, but we're here. We're still doing it. So like I said, I urge everybody to, you know, keep supporting. And if you want to, you know, get down, you got something to contribute, let's get to it. Let's get to work.
Like, tag, subscribe.
Tag.
Yeah.
Like, tag,
subscribe.
Yeah, like and
all
subscribe.
Of that good shit.
To everybody that's just listening on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, I appreciate that. I don't think we talk about that newfound audience.
If you just found us today, shout out to you.
I appreciate y'all. Yeah, everybody that's, you know, finally going like, man, let me watch this shit. Let me listen to this shit. Love to everybody, man. We you know, if y'all wasn't watching the shit, we probably just been all right. Pack it up,
right?
You know, so I you know, I'm glad that we are with this shit, and
That's it.
Yeah, man. Until next time.
Shout out to NSG. Shout out to QQ. Shout out to all my black entrepreneurs. I love y'all.
I dropped a new record. Shit's called SMH.
SMH.
Go find that shit on every streaming platform. You already know what time it is. Shit's a fucking hater.
Hard to know me well and just be friends.
Just a slapper.
Hard to know me well and just be friends.
Y'all promote it. Let me promote. I just did some skincare this morning. I look nice and fresh and
Crispy.
clean. You feel me? Pretty boy. What?
Crispy.
He's not crispy if he's moisturized.
Popeye's face,
Don't ever
bitch.
disrespect my face, bro.
Bro, yeah, it's clean, bro.
Nigga said you got
Crispy.
a Popeye's
A
face.
crispy face.
Damn, dog. You can't
Crispy.
Royal Farms
clean.
face ass. Nah.
Oh, shit. Shots fired. We catch y'all later,
This is
man.
no
Till next
apology,
time.
man.
No apologies, man.
Love.
All right, yeah. What else?
So,
We still recording.
We're still recording. Oh, I mean, I just signed out.
Who y'all got in the finals?
I got some neck.
The Warriors, man. The Warriors.
I'm sick of the NBA.
Warriors and the Sixers, or the Warriors and the
I'm
Bucks.
sick of it. It was almost exciting.
I don't even watch basketball like that, so.
I watch it in playoff time.
It's always almost exciting, and then right around this time, it's like, oh, the Warriors again.
Wait, didn't Durant get hurt?
Durant's on his way out.
Bro, can we close the podcast?
Yeah, we out. All right. Until next time, we probably won't see y'all till next month. So just run it up, man. Share the fuck out this shit. We love y'all. And love. Peace. One.
I know too much. I can help the truth. That's just the way my head's set up. Make my bed get up and never let you know what's up. Heard it's Ramadan, but she still hit me up the fuck. SMH it all of y'all almost send me thing. Out here sneaking dubs while you niggas getting dubbed. Too busy turning purse snatchers and real niggas from the sub.